It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chilliefalls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to Friday Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast. On this, the 14th day of June, 2024, coming to you from a seasonably hot Bedford County, Virginia, going up in the mid-90s today. It was 92 yesterday. And yes, folks, I did make it in the pool yesterday. Finally. Now, it's still cold. It wasn't comfortable for me getting in, but I got in. I was out there for quite a bit of time working on the pool with Amanda, getting it cleaned up. We got our new vac head in. So anyway, going to be another hot one today, hot one tomorrow. Not quite as hot tomorrow, but then back again over the weekend, it's going to get hotter again. So that time of year. I will be in the pool this afternoon. As a matter of fact, I had people giving me grief yesterday for not posting pictures to prove that I was in the water. So we're going to send some naked photographs today. Not really, but sounds good. All right, we got several news stories today. Royal Caribbean takes delivery of Utopia of the Seas. We got to look at some weather updates, both in the Atlantic and the Pacific. Changes for Cagney's. Not real happy about that. Explora 2 completes its sea trials. Celebrity Xcel reaches a milestone. A ship seized at the G7. Crew member overboard and an emergency evacuation. That and lots more this morning here at 11 o'clock. It's going to be a little bit of a busy show. Today, folks, is the national holiday. It's National Bourbon Day. I think I will. I have both some Elijah Craig in there, and I have some of my private labeled stuff that I got up in Ohio. I may be testing a little of both today to celebrate National Bourbon Day. Who knows? If you're listening via the podcast, you can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the Fat Travel Guy. Got a couple things to go over before we actually get to the news portion of today's show. First of all, let's do this first. Where am I? No, that's too far. I'll find it eventually. Honest, I will. Did I not load those up? I can't keep from screwing up every now and then. Here, I thought I had everything under control this morning, and yet I had it ready to upload some pictures from Bethany. Last night was her official birthday, of course. And she started it off with a little champagne that they gave her when she got on the ship. And she had some friends over, and they drank some champagne before dinner. It was a late dinner, 8:30 dinner last night. And she did get dolled up pretty nicely. Looking pretty good there, B, for her birthday dinner. And then there may have been some adult beverages involved, but we won't go there. So I'm sure Bethany had a wonderful birthday on the Azamara quest. All right, this is going to be a good news, bad news kind of thing, folks. We've had a nice run for the last 10 days or so on the two Norwegian Bliss transatlantics. Goes from Miami to Southampton on January the 2nd, 13 nights, then goes into a dry dock for, I don't remember the number of nights, 18 nights, almost 3 weeks. And then sails from Southampton back to Miami on February the 4th. Hot Air Tom and I are going to be on both, as are a couple other people. They removed the single supplements for both the cruises. At first, it was just on the first one, the January 4th one. And I had been promoting that about 6 hours, and they removed the solo supplement on the second one, on the February 4th, no, February 2nd, January 4th. So for solos, that was just fantabulous. We never, with Norwegian, ever get to sail with zero supplement. Yes, every now and then you can catch a deal with, at 70%, once in a while at 50%. I've never seen it at zero. So I started banging the heck out of it. I sold quite a few people on going on that. Unfortunately, there was 6 people that I had talked to about it. They wanted to think about it. They weren't sure about their time. They weren't sure about doing the transatlantic. What am I going to do for all those days at sea? All those kind of questions. And I obviously tried to answer them. But I'm not pushy, maybe as I should be. But yesterday, Norwegian removed the deal, both of them. They're back to normal with 100%. So I'm sorry, folks, but if you were thinking about it, if you snooze, you lose. Well, you're going to lose on this one. Here's another one. So I did some checking this morning because I was going to use this on today's show. And this, of course, is on the September 6th cruise from Boston to Quebec City, which is a fabulous cruise, folks, on the Norwegian Gem. I don't know if you've ever sailed on the St. Lawrence Seaway. I haven't. I've never been to Quebec. There are a couple ports that I've not been to. Yeah, there's a couple of ports I've been to, and I love Boston. Now, I can do some damage in Boston. But a lot of that cruise is going to be new to me, which is great. Well, they did drop the prices yesterday a little, not a whole lot, and I haven't had a chance to change it on the sheet yet because I have to get John and get him to change them. But the inside cabins are now $1,285, so they knocked. Now this is the solo inside. $1,365 to $1,285. So that's $65.75, $80. Knocked $80 off the solo. They knocked roughly equal amounts on the ocean view and balconies. Balconies are real expensive, kind of like Alaska was this year. The inside cabin is $885 per person. It was $935. So I knocked about $60 off of that. Okay. Now, there's no guarantee, folks, how long those prices are going to last. If you're interested, grab it. Put a deposit down. You don't have to make final payment quite yet. It's coming up close on this one. But, grab it. You can always cancel. So if people have put down $125 on the Bliss, they'd still be on that cruise at those prices, at the sale prices. So when you see in the cruise business, folks, when you see a good deal, grab it. At least put a deposit on it so you're holding it. at those prices. All right, so that's going to count as one commercial today. That was a rather elongated commercial, but we'll get back to other stuff after this.
Royal Caribbean International has officially taken delivery of its newest ship, Utopia of the Seas, from Chantier de l'Atlantique shipyard, and construction in April 2022 with a steel cutting ceremony and a keel laying in July of 2022, is the second largest in the world after Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas and overtaking sister ship Wonder of the Seas. Utopia of the Seas can carry 5,668 passengers across 18 decks on 3- and 4-night weekly getaways from Port Canaveral to Royal Caribbean's Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Its maiden voyage is set for July the 19th. Cagney Steakhouse has just undergone a menu refresh. The award-winning steakhouse can be found on all 19 of Norwegian Cruise Line ships and is so popular that reservations are typically required. Norwegian quietly changed the menu and eliminated several options, with the current online menu dated as updated on May the 28th. Gone is the 4-course menu, now only 3 courses. The cruise line removed the beef steak tomato salad, oysters Rockefeller, and ahi tuna tartare that were previously offered. The 3 missing appetizers were replaced with grilled thick-cut bacon. The 20-ounce porterhouse steak that used to be offered for $47 is no longer available. The double-cut pork chop is also gone, as is the cedar plank steelhead trout. On side dishes, the grilled zucchini, potatoes au gratin, and onion rings won't be offered anymore. Changes at Cagney's. MSC Group's luxury ocean brand Explora Journeys is set to soon welcome its second ship to its fleet, as Explorer 2 has successfully completed its sea trials. The ship, which has been under construction at Fincantieri shipyard in Italy since its steel cutting in October of 2021, is in its final phases. She is anticipated to begin her first cruise season in the Mediterranean on August the 11th.
I'll be back with some more news after a quick break from one of our fine network sponsors.
Celebrity Cruises celebrated a significant milestone. The 5th ship in its Edge class series, Celebrity Xcel, marked its keel laying in the special ceremony yesterday at Chantier de l'Atlantique shipyard in France. Coins were placed in the ship's keel to bring good luck and protection to the vessel and its crew. Known as the keel laying, officials gathered for the occasion, including Chantier de l'Atlantique General Manager Kustang and Celebrity Cruises President Laura Hodges-Bethage. Construction on Celebrity Xcel is set to be completed by November of 2025, when the ship will begin offering 7-night itineraries in the Caribbean. Like Celebrity Ascent, the ship will sail from Fort Lauderdale's Port Everglades. A ship set to host 2,570 police officers in Brindisi, Italy for the G7 summit, scheduled from June 13th through the 15th, was seized the day before the summit began due to horrifying conditions. Identified as the Mykonos Magic, but renamed Goddess of the Night, the docked ship was intended to accommodate officers responsible for security at the G7 summit taking place at the nearby Borgo Egnazia in Italy's Puglia region on the Adriatic Sea. However, officers shared the despicable conditions and photos in a letter to the chief of police, which raised alarms about severe sanitary issues, including unusable toilets, water leaks, and broken air conditioning. Many cabins were deemed uninhabitable, forcing officers to relocate to hotels and another nearby ship. Officers encountered flooding, torn mattresses, moldy food, and waste materials scattered throughout the ship. Images shared showed toilets filled with brown water, stained carpets, and upended mattresses. And believe me, folks, the pictures were so bad, I wouldn't use them on this show. Initial investigations confirmed significant hygienic sanitary criticalities and serious accommodation deficiencies. Following an order from prosecutors in Brindisi, the ship was seized to facilitate further investigations. Mykonos Magic, which was the last of Costa Cruises' ships sold to Greek ferry company Sea Jets, was moored at the port of Brindisi on June the 9th to begin housing officers ahead of the summit. A crew member reportedly went overboard from the MSC Musica, sailing from Italy on Monday. The unidentified man reportedly jumped. The MSC ship was sailing in the Mediterranean after departing from the port of Civitavecchia and heading toward Genoa. There were no eyewitness accounts or surveillance video of the incident, nor is there any indication exactly when the crew member went overboard. MSC did not release any details regarding the overboard incident, no description of how its employee went overboard, when it occurred, or when the cruise ship initiated its man overboard procedures and began the search and rescue efforts. A new ferry is at risk of sinking in the Gulf of Trieste. All available resources, including Italian Coast Guard, multiple police units, and the fire brigade, were mobilized on midday Wednesday after a new build ferry declared an emergency, reporting an immediate risk of sinking in the eastern portion of the Gulf of Trieste. Aboard the Italian flag ferry Audace were 76 passengers, 5 children, and 4 crew members. The agencies coordinated to evacuate all passengers into life rafts and transferred them to shore via patrol boats. Authorities reported no serious injuries, stating that no one even ended up in the water. The cause of the incident remains undetermined, although there is speculation that a wave swamped the 74-foot passenger ferry, which was operating along its route between Trieste and Graro. The vessel was 4 miles from shore when the captain reported water ingress and danger of foundering. Photographs depict the ship steeply tilted toward the bow. The 2023 built vessel started operations that year, replacing an older vessel. The new ferry has a capacity of 200 passengers divided between the covered cabin and open deck and can accommodate up to 30 bicycles. Media reports noted that ambulances and medical teams were on standby and 6 individuals were taken to the hospital as a precaution. Despite its precarious position, the ferry remained afloat. Teams were working with a tug to bring the vessel back to port.
Satellite data and surface observations indicate that the low pressure area offshore the southeastern U.S. coast has become a little better organized since yesterday. However, upper level winds remain strong, and the system is forecast to merge with a front over the western Atlantic Saturday or Sunday. Regardless of that, heavy rainfall is forecast to continue across portions of the Florida Peninsula through Saturday. We have to keep an eye on another system next week in the southwestern Gulf. A broad area of low pressure is forecast to form this weekend or early next week. Environmental conditions appear conducive for gradual development of the system, and a tropical depression could form during the early or middle part of next week while it moves slowly westward or west-northwestward. Also today in the Pacific, we have another small system that's located a couple hundred miles southwest of Acapulco, an area of low pressure, is producing limited shower and thunderstorm activity. Further development of this system is becoming unlikely as the system interacts with a broader circulation that is forecast to develop offshore of southern Mexico and Central America early next week. Summer is here. Explore in style with the new Platinum 8000 folding power chair. It's a perfect companion for summer adventures. Now, this is a folding chair, folks. It folds in 3 seconds. The chair weighs 58 pounds, 63 pounds with the battery. It'll carry a weight capacity of 396 pounds, has a maximum speed of 3.75 miles per hour, and has a 15-mile driving range per charge. That is the new Platinum 8000 folding power chair. Just call my friends at Will for an $800 discount. It's available through June 16th for only $1,099. Call 844-664-7467 for the open box Platinum 8000 folding power chair sale, and just tell them code Chillie. You'll love it. And that's going to wrap up the news portion of today's show. The week's news portion. Nice weekend coming. Looking forward to it. Going to spend some time at the pool. I still like, maybe tomorrow I'll get out and film something. Probably not going to do it today. All right, let's go see who's in the chat room fussing at me this morning. Hot Air Tom is with us. I just got off the phone with Katie. She's in North Carolina. Cindy and he are going to meet her for lunch at Red Robin with the bottomless root beer floats. I've been to that Red Robin before. I don't get root beer floats, but Hot Air Tom does. Joanne's with us. Good morning, Joanne. Gretchen's here out in Ohio. Mildred Keith is here. Good morning, Mildred. Glad to have you with us. There's Elizabeth down in Punta Delgado. No, that's not where she is. She's nothing. Anyway, I got a friend coming to visit from, I'm supposed to remember how to pronounce that. Swapuhole. No, that's not it. I forget how the X is pronounced. Oh, well. I was supposed to remember that one. So it may be a day drinking. Since it's a bit cloudy. Well, drink to the clouds. Maybe they'll bring you some rain. I'm going to drink to whatever I can find to drink to today. I'm going to drink because it's Bourbon Day, National Bourbon Day. Actually, January 4th and February 8th. Yeah, I thought I said that wrong when I said that the first time. I did go back and correct myself. Kenneth's with us up in Pennsylvania. Hi, Kenneth. Mike's with us. Good morning, Mike. Gary Older Than Dirt's here. 60 days left to Alaska. You know what? I've got to check on that today to make sure I have the usual stuff that I have to have on order, like my Wi-Fi. I know I've got the Princess Plus, and I think I can go on and order the medallion too. I'll work on that some this afternoon, maybe. Bob's with us. Good morning, Bob. Hey, Todd. Todd's here. Elizabeth says, Happy Franklin Friday. Yes, it is. That's it. Ish Poha. She did that for a laugh. Yeah, no, you didn't. You did that to make fun of me because you knew I wouldn't remember how to say it. Ishpuha. Ishpuha. That's where her friend's coming from. I didn't know anybody lived in Ishpuha. Does that make her an Ishpuhawan? I don't know. Anyway, transfer from Whittier to Anchorage. We got that covered. That's on the train. Pretty sure that's already taken care of. I'll check on that to make sure, but I think I already did that. I'll check, Gary. I could have screwed it up and not gotten it yet. But yeah, that's we're gonna jump on the train, ride the train down to Anchorage, and you get off. We get off right down the I think they either bus us up. I don't remember now, to the main street. Of course, the Hilton's going to be in a different place than I was in last year. I'm not sure where. Yeah, I'll check on the trip, but it's the train. We're taking the train down. That much I know. I just don't. The train station's not far. I rolled to the train station last time. It might not be a pleasant walk because it would be uphill. But I rolled down from the hotel I stayed at last time. As a matter of fact, Nate came by. He had a car there, or somebody had a car, and they came by and picked up my luggage, so I didn't have to deal with those. And I just took my time and rolled down to the train station. It wasn't that far, a mile or something, maybe. But yeah, we'll do that. All right. Okay, so I got a couple of things to do other than laying by the pool and drinking bourbon today. Damn it. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the day. Maybe not for the weekend. Who knows? I might do a live from out there at the pool. I haven't done that for a while to prove that I'm in the water. I'm saying it's naked, but it's not. Part of my body's naked. The part that counts is not naked. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap me up today. Thanks for being here. Don't forget, smash that thumbs up button. If you have not subscribed, please consider doing so. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when I go live or when a new video is up. It doesn't cost you a thing. You just have to put up with me on occasions. That's all. All right, guys. That's it for today. If I don't talk to you again, you guys have a phenomenal weekend. I'll see everybody back here on Monday. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising. Have a great day and a great weekend, everybody. See you next time.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chilliescruises.